Hi guys, and welcome to Uncle Scott's Kitchen. We are talking a little bit more about the Matfer carbon steel pan recall issue and all the kind of controversy that's going on. This is a follow-up video. Last week I put up a more detailed video letting everybody know what was going on and what the controversy is, and now I've got some updates to that. If you haven't seen that video, I suggest watching it first, or the nickel update here is that some, but not all, Matfer carbon steel pans were recalled in France. And it seems that there are some problems with the pans possibly leaching out some metals, iron, maybe I think chromium, and possibly some arsenic. The controversy arose because those same pans that were recalled in France were not recalled in America. And the question that Americans have is, if the pans or if they're dangerous in France, why are they safe here? Are they safe to use? Matfer put out a statement on their website saying they stood behind the safety of their pans and that they were not recalled in North America, but they kind of left it there. And lots of people did not find their answers and their statements on this to be satisfactory. And I heard about the story last Saturday over the weekend. Business week rolled around Monday morning. I tried to get in touch with Matfer. I emailed them, and they emailed back and said, let's have a call for Tuesday. It sounded good to me. And Tuesday came around, and I got an email that said, well, the call's been delayed till Wednesday. In the meantime, I gathered some of my questions and some of your guys' questions and compiled them. I said, okay, I'll go ahead and send you a lot of the questions that we have because we need more information on this issue. And sent that to them. Wednesday came around and the phone never rang. So I started to really worry. Then Thursday came around, all day Thursday, I didn't hear anything. Then near the close of business on Thursday, Matfer emailed me. So this isn't complete information, but it's kind of an update to let you know what's going on. So let me read some of this email here directly from Matfer itself. Matfer says, we are presently preparing a set of communication to bring further clarity to this matter and address all the concerns surrounding the report issued by the local provincial French Consumer Protection Authority. Our goal is to be as transparent as possible, to share all pertinent factual information and bring assurance to our customers that our black carbon steel fry pans meet the stringent standards established by the French National Consumer Protection Authority. He says he asks for patience and understanding as we run these communications through their marketing, PR, and legal teams before they issue their next statement. So they're asking for some patience here. I'm going to talk about that in just a second. It goes on to say, we are also working with all appropriate French authorities on this matter to bring clarity to the circumstances surrounding this specific test that was carried out by the local provincial French Consumer Protection Agency. We are approaching this matter with a great sense of urgency. And here's what I really like. They say, our utmost concern is for the safety of our customers, and am confident we can present the facts that will bring much needed assurance to the public regarding the quality and safety of our products. Thank you for being the voice of concern and for the questions you presented, which I know is on everyone's mind. We will provide you with the answers to your questions as soon as possible. Thanks again for your patience. So these are not the answers to the questions, but what I think is very important here is that it appears that Matfer is on the issue. They realize how big a deal it is, and they're going to get the information out, and they ask for patience. I think that's reasonable to ask for patience because this is an international company. The headquarters are in France. The people I talk to are in California, and I guess that's a subsidiary. So you got a multinational corporation, time zones, languages, different legal teams, different PR teams, different regulators in different countries. And the fact that there's an issue going on and they're asking for a little patience to get everything right and get the information out, I think is reasonable. What I also think is reasonable, while we are waiting for that information, there's no guarantee that we're going to like the information when it comes out. If we find out the levels of this metal, if it is truly dangerous, is it just kind of like a rolling stop at a stop sign, or is this like you're speeding, doing 150 miles an hour and crashed and caused a big wreck? We don't know at the moment. So what I am doing is just taking my Matfer pans, just setting them aside for a week, 10 days, whatever it takes to get this information. I think if this goes on for a month, 2 months, that's going to be a really, really big deal. If it's just a week or so to compile the information, I think that is fine, and I'm more than willing to give them a little bit of patience on that. Now, it is important to note that Matfer says their pans are not recalled in North America. They say they stand behind the safety of their pans. In this release, they say that they have the utmost concern for the safety of their customers. And they also have said several times that they are working with the French regulators. So I don't know if there's a chance that the recall in France was issued in error, or perhaps there's some sort of interpretation. They've used the word interpretation a few times, that the French regulator had an interpretation, I guess, of the rules. Did something change? Right now, we are still kind of in the information vacuum or void. We just don't know all the answers yet. But Matfer says they stand behind the safety of their pans. Let's hope, and I really do hope, that they are correct. Now, I put up a poll the other day. Let's see what you guys think about this. And I asked the question, if you have some Matfer pans and have heard that some pans have been recalled in France, what are you doing with your pans now? And I gave 3 answers. Not going to cook in them anymore, 17%. So I think just from a brand company image perspective, if you have a recall and you lose 17% of your customers, that's a really big deal. Let's see, wait and see. We'll decide when more info is released. I am in that category myself, 43%. And then the final answer, cooking just like always and haven't had any problems, 40%. Let's see some comments from you guys on the in the comments areas and message boards on Uncle Scott's Kitchen. Let's see, on the more sanguine end, the people that are not really worried about it, the GOF says it's much ado about nothing. The Baseball Jones says already ate 400 meals off of his Matfers already. He doesn't think 10 more while he's waiting is going to be a big deal. And Ken Crane 9726 says he's going to continue to use his beloved Matfer until told otherwise. Okay, kind of more in the middle where I kind of am. Let's see, Mike Fisk 9989 says he's putting a hold on the uses of his Matfer 12 and 5/8 until more clarity has been brought to the issue. And he says the statements from Matfer as of now do not instill a lot of confidence. Let's see, as far as the arsenic in the pan, let's see, Mike GU2527 says, what is the amount of arsenic detected? Talking about the arsenic in the pan. Here in the American West, arsenic is not rare. My city's water quality report shows an arsenic level in the groundwater is 5 parts per billion, and he still trusts a product made in the EU more than one made in China. I'm in the American West as well. I'm here in Utah. I can see the copper mine across the valley here. Just getting into the Salt Lake Valley, you go by oil refineries, there's mine runoff everywhere. Utah, who knows what's in our groundwater. I looked up the local water quality report here where I am, and arsenic, it goes up to about 3 parts per billion. So there's arsenic in the water in lots of different places. And I think the question here is how much is coming out of these pans? Is it rising to a level that's really dangerous, or is it kind of like tap water in Utah? Who knows so far? And that kind of illustrates though why companies need to get information out, as much good information as possible, because in the interim where we just don't know, it leads to people speculating and worrying. Let's see, at the other end of the spectrum, let's see, Samuel Dominguez 9859 says, thank you for this, Scott. I've stopped using mine. So he stopped using his pan. We never got confirmation that a seasoned pan has proven to be safe. And what he's talking about here with this seasoning, Matfer, on one of their FAQs on their website, they were talking about the pan that I guess failed the testing or that was recalled was a new pan that wasn't seasoned yet. And I have never heard of seasoning being used to kind of seal anything into a pan. I've always looked at seasoning as you get a little bit of rust protection, you start to develop some nonstick properties, and you kind of start to develop the beauty of the pan. They kind of darken in and color in, and your pans change that way. But I have never heard of seasoning being used to seal a pan in any way. So that was kind of new to me. Let's see, Master Machetier, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, 5594, says he got a refund through Amazon in the US after a long chat. So some people are worried enough that they're not taking any chances. They're just going ahead and getting a refund on their pans. And here I just want to opine just a little bit on kind of the nature of our society. We live in a warning label society, and we kind of put warning labels on everything. I don't know if they're meant to make us feel better. I don't think they actually change much behavior because they're on everything, and I think we kind of learn to ignore them. And what the warning labels don't really do is convey the magnitude of risk for certain products. For example, I have a Ruffoni 10-line copper pan with a brass handle. That brass handle led to a Prop 65 warning label warning with that pan when I purchased it. I have some wood chips in my garage, some actually wood chunks, apple wood and cherry, untreated natural wood. The packaging comes with a warning label on the dangers of using that wood to cook with. I use it when I smoke meat on my back deck. The warning labels are very similar to the warning labels you see on a pack of cigarettes. And what I think we lose is the magnitude of the risk. Is being a long-term cigarette smoker more dangerous than using a piece of wood to smoke some meat? I've got to believe that it is, but if you just look at the warning labels, they're about the same. Likewise with gas stoves, for example. My grandparents used gas stoves for 60 years or so and never had any discernible health problems from the gas stoves. About a year or so ago, the drumbeat started trying to make everybody think gas stoves were very dangerous. I saw one hysterical article said that cooking on a gas stove was akin to putting your mouth on the tailpipe of a running automobile. I really think that was overplayed. We don't get a sense of the magnitude of the dangers, if any, really exist. So with this Matfer recall issue, I am hoping that it is more along the lines of the gas stoves, where it's something we've been using for 80, 100 years, just like with cast iron, with some of these other carbon steels, and that this is just a new interpretation, and it's no big deal. It's kind of par for the course. But we just don't know yet. We're waiting for the good information to be released. There is no guarantee that once the information is released that we're all going to like it. I hope it's a minimal problem. It can still be a big problem. We don't know yet. But what we do know, and I give them credit for, is that they've at least acknowledged this, and they have promised better information and more answers soon. I think if this takes 2 months, 3 months, that's going to be a big, fat, hairy deal. Probably not a good situation. If it takes a week, 10 days to get the information out and do everything correctly, then we'll wait and see. And that is the story until now. And make sure you're subscribed and your notifications are turned on, because as soon as I get more information, I will get that out to you guys. I have let Matfer know that they are more than welcome to come on Uncle Scott's Kitchen and answer questions or present what's going on. Be happy to have them on here. And our concern here is just to make sure that everybody has healthy, safe cookware so they can cook some delicious food. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again next time on Uncle Scott's Kitchen.